Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play The Witcher 3 Hearts of Stone DLC. In today's episode we're going to go talk to Shani because she apparently has more information for us. I went the wrong way, she's like down here. This is their house. She apparently has more information for us, which is good to know. I can't remember if we played Shani and Gwent. I think we did. Also, there's some stuff around here that I want to have a look at. Prescription. Patient Sindrin Russell. Brew crushed marigold and drink while hot thrice daily at mealtimes. Avoid all greasy foods and by no means drink alcohol in any form for the duration of the treatment. This includes beer. Medic signature, mainly illegible. Appears first name is Shani. Makes sense. Apparently there's a trapdoor down here. I'll be honest, I've never found this basement. It seems to have a lot of alchemical ingredients, which I guess makes sense when you think about it. She's a doctor. A bunch of alchemical ingredients and alcohol. Probably what I would expect to find in Shani's apartment. It's a doctor's office, after all. I've already read that, apparently. What shall become of Temeria? I believe I've already read.
Shani.
Oh, Geralt. Good thing you're here.
What happened? Somebody break in?
This? No. Just getting ready to move.
What? When? Where to?
Not what I wanted to talk to you about. Or at least not only, but... I'm leaving, Geralt. The Eastern Front beckons. I'm Kedwin bound.
Mm-hmm.
Never mentioned you'd be moving. Any intention to either.
I didn't know I would be. Found out this morning. 2 soldiers came to my door, said Redania needs me again.
Couldn't turn him down? Just say no?
Perhaps I could have. But I didn't want to. Treating the ill and wounded, it's my calling. No place I'm needed more than at the front.
Fair enough.
I understand. Any chance we'll see each other again?
Someday, I'm sure.
So, learn anything about Olgierd?
Well, I abandoned the books quickly. Decided that if I was going to learn the truth, I'd need to find someone who knows it.
Find anyone?
Turned out I didn't need to look far. A colleague at the Academy, an assistant to Professor Permathine Shakeslock, claims Olgierd von Everec met with the professor multiple times. Apparently, Olgierd asked the professor to do some research. Professor got so worked up doing it, he went daffy. Started jealously guarding his notes. Wouldn't even let his assistant look at them.
The professor. Where'll I find him?
Here in Oxenfurt. Cloistered inside his house on Academy grounds. Mage hunters guard his door.
It's interesting.
Mage hunters at the door. He under house arrest?
I can't say, really. Some of the faculty think him a traitor. Say he sold out to the hunters for a hefty pouch of gold. The assistant, on the other hand, insists the professor wants him there to protect him. I don't know what from.
What's your guess?
He's certainly useful to them. A specialist in black magic and the occult? Must be a trove of knowledge. If he's really gone off his nutter, I wouldn't be surprised to see them using him.
Need to talk to this professor.
We'll go together. Redanian guards all over the Academy. Doubt you'll get in alone.
Guards have never stopped me. You know that.
Wound these, and I'll have to patch them up.
Could just kill him.
We might run into a friend. Get inside free and easy.
I doubt it's going to be that easy, but let's go. Whoa. There's actually one mod I used to have in...
things at the Academy
shut up.
These days?
You mean since Radovid shut it down?
I mean, is it well guarded?
Might be all it is. Many of the faculty fled to the far north. The braver ones stayed, but assumed the guises of tailors and laundresses. Why?
Just curious. Scholars seem to have adopted mage tactics. They in the same bind?
To Radovid, there's little difference between the two.
Seems to tolerate you well enough.
Because he needs me. For now.
So the Eastern Front, and then?
Depends where they send me.
Wherever it is, take care of yourself.
Always do. So don't worry.
Alright, I didn't want to talk over that conversation. However, we're heading into Oxenford Academy. This is the only time you're actually allowed in there in the entire game, which is kind of cool. The idea being it's all shut off because of the outbreak. I was saying something else there, but I can't remember what the hell it was. Oh, that's right. I used to have a mod installed that stopped that rolling downstairs animation, but it got outdated on a update, and I never installed the updated version. So we just roll downstairs occasionally. It's unfortunate, but what you gonna do? I think I can just let Shani do most of the talking here. I should be fine. There's a lot of books out the front. Some Redanian guards over here.
Halt! By order of King Radovid, no one's allowed inside the academy.
Not even lecturers?
No one means no one.
See, you've become quite the stickler, Norbert. You were much kinder when I was patching you up. By the way, how's your knee?
Fine. Dandy. As if no arrow ever struck.
Consider yourself a lucky man. Because if I'd not decided to operate, you'd be a cripple to the end of your days.
He used to be an adventurer.
Maybe we ought to let her in. She's a decent lass. Not like to steal nothing.
All right. But alone. Witcher will draw too much attention. I'd rather not get shite from the captain on his account.
Here's what we'll do. I'll go in, then help you sneak in around the back.
How?
Don't know, but I'll figure something out. Usually aren't nearly as many guards on the riverside.
Agreed.
All right, let me in.
Either these guards are deaf, or that was a stage whisper, and we're actually talking very quietly. She's just standing right next to them, and she's like, I'll let you in the side. But, whatever. Now, I've had a lot of experience... Indeed. I've had a lot of experiences of dying jumping off this bridge. It's the quickest way down there, but it's certainly not the safest. And I believe there are some stairs, like, right over here, so, like, it's really not necessary, but... no, not this side. Are there stairs? I thought there were stairs. Over at the western gate, maybe? Yeah, here we go. If I go down this way, I think I'm good. Yeah, there we go. There are some stairs right over here. There was a floating torch there. If you people noticed that, I did. Come this way. I believe there's some drowners out here. But I'm not particularly worried about drowners. You right there, girl? Oh, there you go. Has my mouse not... Ugh, give me 1 second. Alright, we're back. Fantastic. As I said, I was just fixing the profile on my mouse, by the way. I say this every time it fucks up, but I have a, ooh, Drowned Dead, hello. I have a Corsair Scimitar, which has, like, it's like the MMO mouse with all the buttons on the side. And I have a lot of, macros set up for The Witcher. Which are incredibly useful, but... they're only really useful if my macros actually work correctly. Because they're set up on a profile. Specifically when I launch The Witcher, they're supposed to, oh, that was close. Specifically when I launch The Witcher, they're supposed to turn on, but occasionally they don't. I mean, I'm getting through them. We got an insta-death there. Not too bad. Nice. Okay. So I got where I need to be. I may as well heal. I don't think I need I don't think I need Moondust equipped anymore. Northern Wind is preferable. This is Hangman's Venom? Sure.
Geralt! Psst! Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Grab the line!
I feel like Geralt could have scaled that wall by himself if he really tried, but a rope certainly helps.
Where'd you get the rope?
Long story. But we've done well. Professor Shakeslock's house is at the end of this street. Witch hunters guard the door. Doubt I'll be able to sweet-talk them.
Indeed.
Been a huge help already, Shani. Thanks.
It was nothing. Really. You'd have done the same for me.
It's true.
If you wish to see me again before I go, I'll be at home. Packing will take some time yet.
All right. Be seeing you.
I will actually go back and see her before we go see Odim. But we're definitely in a situation where we're likely going to have to kill all these witch hunters. Which honestly I'm fine with. I fucking hate witch hunters, but... Hello!
What the flying fuck is this? Intruder!
Not bad.
It's killed.
Go back to hell!
They're all poisoned, which makes this considerably easier.
Let's do this.
That was interesting. I didn't save after all that bullshit I went through. Hopefully it auto-saved me. If not, I'll just cut and we'll be there. Like, double hit me with a mace, which I don't think I've ever seen before. It hit me, which got rid of the Quen, and it somehow hit me a second time, which killed me. I'm still pretty much sitting in a situation where everything in this DLC is high enough level that when I get hit by things, they one-shot me. Also, again, good way to illustrate these loading times. For some reason, they still take a million years. Even though it's loading off an SSD, by the way. I mean, it's not NVMe, but even still.
What the flying fuck is this? Intruder! Get him! By the eternal fire! Dead man! Dead man!
Oh, he may have done that. I may have got parried and then hit. That's a possibility. It's the sword guy. The sword guy parries me. The mace guys can't because a mace is too simple a weapon, but the sword guy's good enough to be able to parry me.
Do this quick. Quicker.
By the eternal fire!
Now, I should be able to take this guy out relatively easily. I mean, he's just gonna die of poison, but...
That's enough of that.
I want him alive! Alive!
Let's do this quick. Quicker. Baby.
Say bye-bye to your head. Goddamn. Now, as I said, you can only get into this place once, so... I want to make sure I can see everything I can in here. Chess table. Makes sense for inside an academy. Weird headless statue that I'm sure holds some kind of significance. It's very small, really. This is the, I think that's the door to where... No, it's not actually. It's different. I thought that was the door to where we came in, but it's not. We're just in like a small part of the academy, essentially. I think all the witch hunters are dead.
Locked tight. Need another way in. You leave a window open, maybe?
He did indeed actually leave a window open. Up there on all this scaffolding that we've got going on. I don't know if I really need all the stuff I'm looting here. I'm kind of at the point where I don't really need anything as far as loot goes, but, you know, I want them anyway. I may end up needing them later. Now we're going to make this jump, which always harrowing. Oh, we pulled it off. Dangerous, but we do what we're going to do. It's an old fucking house. Oxenford Academy has been there a very long time. Oy oy oy. I'm trying to loot this bookcase. It's not really letting me. To the point that I think I may have got myself stuck because I'm an idiot. I can't loot that bookcase. Fuck it. The bookcase.
Silver Laman. Don't know the sigil. Hasn't been used in ages, looks like.
I wanted to read that book, which is why I pushed V the way I did, but... where is that going to be? Is it going to be in books or quest items? Probably just in books, I guess. We've already read it, but I'm going to read it again. Because it's kind of one of the most important books in the game. Scholars have many vices, possibly the worst among them is the tendency to describe the simple as unnecessarily complex terms, to address the plain in the garb of false learning. The conjunction of the spheres might serve as an excellent example of this. This name, so mysterious to a commoner's ear, could be replaced with a much simpler alternative, when the worlds collided. The phenomenon itself can also be explained in terms of simple enough for a child to understand. Imagine, dear reader, that our world is a ship sailing on a great ocean. From its deck we can see other, distant vessels. Those are the stars. These vessels each bear their own goods and their own crews. They usually pass us at some distance, barely visible specks, even viewed through a spyglass. Once every few thousand years, however, a storm breaks above this cosmic sea, a storm so strong it tosses the ship towards one another, making them sail cheek by jowl. Part of the crew from one ship can at such times move to another, and some of the cargo from one ship's hold can spill into the neighbouring vessel. When the weather calms, the ships separate once again, and they sail their separate, invariably different ways. The so-called post-conjunction beings, namely monsters such as ghouls and basilisks, are precisely such passengers from another vessel. And we humans are castaways, flung against our will from somewhere far away into a world previously inhabited by the elder races. Once here, we learn the arcane mysteries of magic, unbeknownst to us before. Could the worlds collide once more? Perhaps. Can this cataclysm be avoided, or the opposite hastened? Some scholars believe there are beings who have mastered this skill, who possess rare genes, who possess rare genes allow which some to seize the helm of our vessels and steer us to safer waters, or to our doom. Indeed, certain elven sages, and Ciri herself has a similar power.
Shattered mirror. No sign of impact. Probably not an accident. Shattered by a sound, maybe. Someone look at it and scream.
Interesting. Diary of a Fire Swallow, we've read. Pearls of the North Novigrad, we've read.
Jillian Alboco's Lesser Key. Tomes about demons. Dusty as they come.
Indeed. Pearls of the North we've read. But this, Gillian Alboco's Lesser Key. The essence of evil is to cause suffering. There exist many varieties of suffering, from common corporeal pain through the rarefied torment of the psyche to deep wounds dealt to the soul. Whence, then, does evil arise? Does it appear on its own? Or does it only spread when conditions are ripe? And finally, the most important question, how can evil be defeated? Most believe evil has always existed, for none remember a time when it did not. Yet is that sufficient proof? I dare to doubt it, for I am a scholar, and the essence of scholarship is to question all hypotheses until they have been rigorously proven. The appearance of evil is closely tied to the existence of good, its opposite and antithesis. Good without evil is dimensionless and therefore imperceptible. Evil, then, is an integral part of our lives. Evil wears many faces and appears in many different forms. One of them wears a skin of flesh. This evil incarnate as man travels the world sowing death and suffering. Such evil is devious and difficult to discern. We usually only note its presence when it is already too late. In my scholarly wanderings through the myths and legends of a great many cultures, I've come across descriptions of a certain individual which all display a striking similarity. I do not mean in terms of the individual's outer appearance or name, but of the modus operandi. This evil works through trickery, tempting at first with the offer of something seemingly good. The price one must pay for this object of temptation, however, is enormous and non-refundable. And they promise good often contains horrifying hooks and treacherous traps. Beware then of any who promise the impossible, for such can only be delivered through the machinations of evil. We know someone very similar to that, do we not? She Who Knows, interesting book. The Horse Whistler, interesting book. Pearls of North Novigrad, I've got another one of them, and I want to get this last one, if it'll let me. Another Diary of the Fire Swallower. Alright. So we have a lot of repeat books there, but what you gonna do?
Franco? Is that you? Leave the bedpan in the usual spot. And take the platter. I shan't be eating today.
Professor Shakeslock.
Who the blazes? How do you get in? Get out. I know nothing. Don't wish to know anything. Understand? No, out!
Not gonna hurt you.
That demon sent you. I'm sure of it.
What demon?
What demon?
Feigned ignorance. Please. You know. Gaunter O'Dim. Evil incarnate.
He didn't send me, but he is why I'm here. I'm a Witcher.
A mutant. Yeah. Could be.
You're a prisoner here?
Why are there guards outside your door? You a prisoner?
Protective custody. That's the phrase. Protective. When I cannot decide my own fate, cannot breathe without their permission.
What do they want from you?
You may not be aware, but I am one of the foremost experts on the occult. Living experts, that is. My mentor was the outstanding Professor Lionel Van...
And you're cooperating with the witch hunters now?
Cooperating? As if I had a choice. They're ignorant, but not enough to ignore what I know about magic, witches, sorceresses, what have you. Knowledge they use for barbaric ends. But that's beyond my control.
Fair enough.
Came here because I need information. Think you might be the only man who has it.
A Witcher. Then it follows I needn't fear. I'm hardly a post-conjunction creature.
What did Olgierd von Everec want from you?
I curse the day I first set eyes upon the man. He appeared at my doorstep one day, offering a sack of gold were I only to find out who Gaunter O'Dim is and how to get rid of him. I agreed. Such matters are my speciality. And I needed the coin. I pored over countless tomes, delved into obscure incidents and analysed folk legends. I went so far as to travel to Nilfgaard, the library there, where at last I hit upon the mysterious entity's trail. There are records of encounters dating back thousands of years in many cultures under many names, but always as evil incarnate. In this land we call him Gaunter O'Dim, at times Master Mirror or the Man of Glass. In deciphering the ancient scrawlings I went blind, yet I learned a great deal. For example, that he plays with his victims and thrives on pacts above all else. Seemingly harmless contracts which drive their parties to madness.
Indeed. Magic circle on the floor, what's that about?
What's with the surroundings? These runes, what do they mean?
They protect me. Here, evil cannot touch me.
How do you know?
He told me himself. Paid me a visit once. Fascinating meeting that was. I was blind already, but saw him clearly.
That's creepy.
He smiled at me. Said he was honoured I'd taken such an interest in him. He wished to thank me, and explained he'd taken a similar interest in me. He drew the circle and said I'd be safe within it. His way of repaying me, you see.
Ever tried to leave it?
If you'd heard how he said it, you'd be as certain as I am what leaving would bring.
Yep. It was a threat more than anything else. Can you imagine being blind and having a man walk up to you and you can just see them? You can see anything, but you can see them. That's incredible.
Know anything else about the man?
Gaunter O'Dim is no man. He is evil. Evil which assumes various forms. Forget about him, or die.
You're alive?
Alive? Yet I live in constant fear, born of what I've learned about him.
Olgierd signed one of these pacts with him?
Brilliant deduction. But have you guessed why? You must know that he came from a wealthy, influential line. He must have, if the family of his betrothed accepted him. Yet did you know his fortune soured? He himself became an outcast, impoverished. Iris's family, a powerful house, could not accept this, would not marry their daughter to a nobody. Olgierd wished to elope. The further away, the better. Yet Iris refused to cut her family ties.
Quite the predicament.
Indeed. Their luck turned yet darker when a wandering witch mentioned a solution. A man who would grant any wish. His name, Master Mirror. The rest follows naturally. Olgierd and O'Dim. A meeting at a crossroads. A wish. A pact signed in blood. And a price to be paid. Olgierd was to sacrifice one he loved. O'Dim delights in difficult choices. He knew Olgierd loved two in this world. His betrothed and his brother, Vladimir. Olgierd chose, and soon thereafter married his beloved Iris, his fortune restored.
So did Olgierd kill his own brother?
No. Deduce, Witcher. O'Dim acts directly or indirectly. Olgierd merely signed the blood letter. The next day, his brother was dead.
Yep. You sign a contract saying that you'll sacrifice something, it gets sacrificed whether you do the sacrificing or not.
Olgierd tell you all that?
He had to. How else was I to diagnose his case?
Make it sound like an illness.
It is worse. Many illnesses are treatable, but play with evil, and medicine can be much harder to find.
Why was Olgierd out to get rid of O'Dim? He'd gotten what he wanted.
Had he? His heart had turned cold as ice. His feelings for his wife, for whom he'd sacrificed his brother, had withered. He'd lost all he'd loved. Had he wanted any of this? No. O'Dim grants what you wish, not what you want. All who sign a pact learn the difference. Die by it.
All? No way to get rid of him?
Kill him, you mean? Kill evil? No. Yet the annals tell of a man who dissolved his pact by defeating Odin at his own game.
Meaning?
Odin wields contracts, word traps, duels of wits. Challenge him to such a duel. He'll agree, and can be beaten. But remember, there is only ever one stake. The sole thing he truly desires. Human souls.
Indeed. I'm not even going to ask how to get rid of the mark, I'm just going to say thanks for the help.
Thanks. Helped me a lot.
Good. Very good. Ah, to feel useful after so many years locked up, living in fear. Why, it's pleasance itself.
He stepped out of the circle. Could be a coincidence. I don't think so. I've seen enough to know that this isn't a coincidence. Key to his mansion and his journal. Let's read the journal. My notes and observations, Professor Shakeslock. The circle Odin created terrifies me. I cannot see it, but I know it is here. I know no name for the sense with which I perceive it. When I near its bounds, strange shivers shoot down my spine. This is not pain, but something that stands my hair on end like a hedgehog's quivers. A month has passed, and still I stay within the runic circles. Nightmares prey on me more and more. I've come to fear sleep. I know not how long I can withstand this. I dreamt I had a daughter. This was strange, for I've never had children. Yet one came to me in my sleep. She was no older than 10. She called me daddy and loved me deeply. I could see it in her eyes. The strangest part of all was that I was burned... that I also burned for her with a great paternal love. Can one possibly dream of someone that does not exist? Can one love such a one? I no longer fear sleep. Perhaps Odin has decided to give me peace. I have no desire to change his mind. My dreams of Amelie, I guess, I don't know how you pronounce that name. Amelie, probably. My dreams of Amelie give me great joy. My daughter is a good and clever girl. I believe she will grow into a wonderful woman. A shame she exists only in my dreams. Not only do I no longer fear sleep, but now I cannot wait for the moment in which it comes. What a fantastic transformation. If nothing changes, I will soon try and leave the circle. I know now why I dreamt for weeks of the child I never had. It was his doing. This night my daughter died. She got a strange illness which pocked her whole body with hideous oozing sores. She cried, begging me to help. I could do nothing. She died in my arms. I awoke soaked with sweat. I remain a wreck, my mind tattered. 3 months have passed since Emily's death. My heart still bleeds, and horrifying visions plague my every moment. I'm a bland man who wishes he saw nothing, for utter blindness would be a relief compared to the tormenting visions. I cannot persevere much longer. I have become a deeply unhappy old man. I have now lived within the magic circle for a year. Thoughts of suicide haunt my mind ever more often. It would be so simple. I need but step outside the runes. He was a terribly, terribly unhappy man by the end of it. Down entirely to Gaunter Dim. It was indeed. We now see true levels of evil. To do that to a man is just... whew, true levels of evil. Now, that's going to be the end of this episode, but if you like the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Unless it does Bulgarian, that's not bad. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Where we're going to go talk to Shani, and then after that, we'll go meet up with Olgierd at the Temple of Lilvani. See you next time, guys.